Okay, now we've kind of gone over the chord fingerings for the basic open chords, so let's do a open chord exercise. What we're going to do is we're going to play the chords in a certain progression, and it's going to be the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. That's the order we're going to do them in. So let's pick a key, and we'll start with the key of G. G, the 1 chord would be G. Okay, so the 4 chord, you just count up on your fingers. G, A, B, C. So the 4 chord would be C. The 5 chord would be G, A, B, C, D. Okay, so the chords we're going to play in this 1, 4, 5 progression in the key of G will be G, C, D, and we'll go back to G. Then we're going to go to the key of D, and the key of D, would be the 1 chord, D, E, F sharp really, but G would be the 4 chord, and then D, E, F sharp, G, A would be the 5 chord, so D, G, A. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of these, explain the 1, 4, 5, because you can do that yourself. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But here we go. We're going to just play them nice and slow, and I'm not going to use a metronome right now, just to kind of get through it, and we'll add the metronome with some strumming exercises later. So we're going to go through the key of G, the key of D, and the key of A, and the key of C. And that'll give us all the keys that we need to play every chord shape that we've learned so far, okay? So let's see if I can get you some right hand in there as well, okay? So we're gonna start in the key of G. Here we go. So we'll go real slowly. 1, 2, G, play. So we'll do 4 strums. G to C, to D, and back to G. Let's do that again. G to C, up to D, back to G. Next key is going to be the key of D. So let's start. Key of D, 1, 2, it's going to be D, G, A. Ready? Play. So we got D to G, to A, whoops, back to D. And again, we start over D to G, to A, and back to D. And sometimes I play the A with these 3 fingers instead of these 3 because my fingers are pretty big on the ends. So the next key will be A, and I'm going to try to play it with my 3 fingers here so I'll get a little bit clear, more clear sound. Here we go. So in the key of A, the 1 chord is A, the 4 chord is D, 5 chord is E. Here we go. A, D, E, A. Up to D, to E, and to A. Let's do it one more time. So A, to D, to E, to A. Beautiful. The last one is C. 1 chord in the key of C is C. The 4 chord will be F. The 5 chord is G. And then we go back to C. So we'll start with C. Ready, go. To F. That's that bar chord. It's kind of hard. To G. And back to C. Let's do that again. C, to F, to G, and back to C. Beautiful. All right. So it doesn't really matter how fast you practice this, but you want to kind of keep it even So even if you're practicing super slow, like, I mean, it doesn't matter. Put your metronome on really slow. It's a great idea to practice slow. Just go. Just try to get to the next chord. I'm in G without too much of a pause. Now, if you're pausing a lot between the chords, then that just means you need to practice going back and forth. And I remember as a kid, I used to, take me forever to grab the G chord. And then to get into the C, it was more like this. My practice was like, and then I would take forever to get to the next chord, and it usually sounded like this. And then I'd finally get it right. And then I'd just practice going back and forth to those two chords. And then when you get those chords pretty fast, that's when you'll go to your next chord. Just make little exercises of switching the chords. You probably won't all get them down in one day, but you give yourself a couple of weeks, you'll be amazed how quickly the chords come. And these are in a million songs. And I'll try to maybe even mention some of those songs on later YouTube. I'll add some strum patterns too, a couple of basic ones. But the best way to learn anything is by ear. Listening to those recordings, pick a song you like. There's a million YouTubes, there's a million tabs and all this stuff that have the chords, and just try to mimic what's going on. That's the best way to learn anything in music. That's my opinion, and I do read music. I read music notation on the guitar, on the mandolin as well, and but learning by ear, there's just something magic about it. It's icing on the cake if you can read music as well. And I'm not talking about tablature, but music, but tablature is handy as well. Okay, good luck, have fun.